Hello, gang. Professor McElroy here. It's 6:30, learning module 2, week 2 for web design 3. Really good job so far in week 1, learning module 1. We only have a handful of students in this last section, web design 3, kind of end of summer session, start of fall session. So, and everyone has opened up a WordPress .com account. Everyone has picked a theme, a client, and modified their template, their theme template and general page properties. So really good job there. You're starting to see how WordPress is set up very much like kind of the back end side of Dreamweaver, where there are style sheets, there are general master template settings, there's metadata attached to those templates, and those templates populate individual pages. In Web Design 2, we built our website based on 2 templates, the home page or the index template, what we call level 1 navigation template, and then our secondary template or level 2 navigation template. That's what we did in Web 2. And in Web 3, we're seeing how that translates to WordPress.com, how we navigate through the theme, we set up the general appearance and general properties, and then we build the home page based on that master template. And this week, we're going to populate 2 interior pages. So index.html, which is also known as our home page. And now we're going to build an about.html page, which spawns off of our master template and or our theme, which what WordPress calls theme, and a product or service page. Remember that in our announcement section, I'll always post a pre-lecture. Last September, I taught this class and built a ceremony brewing interactive lecture series. And so I post those lectures each week as a pre-lecture with an in-depth kind of exploration of what we're building for any given week. And then I'll record tonight's lecture and I'll post it as a follow-up lecture. So both the pre-lecture and the weekly lecture should be watched. They're not that long, and it will give you a double reinforcer of what we're doing. And also WordPress.com evolves over time, just like any online tool or cloud-based tool. So you'll start to see the evolution of the theme editing, the more dashboard-driven editing tools that WordPress continues to beta site or beta introduce in a test environment for us as we build our multi-page cloud-based WordPress site. You'll also notice that I posted a few really, really beautiful WordPress websites. And you can Google best WordPress.com websites 2022, and you'll just get some absolutely spectacular solutions, knowing that the White House's website, whitehouse.org, is built in WordPress. So, I mean, it doesn't matter the security level, the size, the simplicity, the complexity of the online platform that you want to build. WordPress is a really great platform for it. So amongst others, and they keep coming out with newer and newer cloud-based template tools as people develop applications and people develop styles and looks and feels, knowing that these themes, these templates are built for the sole purpose of selling you both hosting space, which is a reoccurring monthly fee, and domain names. So the combination of domain licensing and hosting space rental, that's what all of these tools live off of. Because once you set it up, very rarely do you ever change. So they're just trying to get you to set it up. And if your product or service survives and it's a business and it lasts, then you're going to want the domain name and the hosting space. And then they sell you all the additional plugin spaces like shopping carts and contact forms and all the more complex plugin type of tools, ticket sales, and all those things, and they make revenue on top of that as well. So just know that's how that platform works. I have a graduate from Hodges that was in design program, works for a really large neighborhood down in Naples that has tennis facilities and the whole 9 yards. Well, they built their site on Wix. Every time they have a tennis tournament, they pay Wix to use the ticket system so that they can sell tickets online. They can scan them digitally. And so on top of the fact that they host their site with Wix, they have their URL with Wix, they also purchase tools or plugins that Wix sells. And so that company's, getting the revenue ×3 for just this particular client. So that's what a lot of these tools kind of function on and work on. So just kind of keep that in mind and know that this triangular relationship between a theme, its appearance, and individual pages, that triangular relationship that was the same in Dreamweaver, the same in WordPress, is the same in all of these other tools. You need to know where the settings for the site are, the general appearance elements are, the metadata is, and the theme appearance is. And then when you combine all those things, you get into adding pages and posts and the dynamic content or plugins that go with it. This week will be all about adding pages. And then next week, we'll talk about those enhanced dynamic plugin elements that are available in WordPress.com, which are also available in Squarespace and Wix, and you name it, all the other tools out there that are trying to sell you domain space, URL space, hosting space, all of that good stuff. So let's get into our WordPress site. Remember, I built Ceremony Brewing the last time, and that's in the pre-lecture. And this is the Bohemian Restaurant. So just remember, we took a look at the theme. I chose Atar as my theme, right? Let's talk about the general settings, right? We did all this stuff last week, uploaded our logo, set up our site information and our tagline, did all of our metadata in here, which is what's down here. So between appearance and settings, we were able to set up our template and our metadata, and that brings us into our pages. And remember, the home page was the default page. The index.html page is the page that is created when we set up our theme. That's what the themes are based on, is in essence the index.html or the home page or the landing page or the splash page. It has many names, but it all means the same thing. And you'll notice right here, when we're in the Pages tab, we can add new pages. When we add new pages, that adds buttons to our level 1 or our primary navigation based on what our page title is. You'll notice that I went in about an hour ago and I created the beginnings of a about page. Now, as WordPress.com has evolved, you're going to notice that it has evolved quite a bit. Now, keep in mind, the header and the footer do not appear when you add new pages, just like in Dreamweaver. Remember, Dreamweaver had a master template, and then when we populated our HTML pages, we were specifically editing the content area, the center area of our page, not our top piece of bread or our bottom piece of bread, which is how I explained it in Web Design 1 and 2 class. The header is the top piece of bread, the footer is the bottom piece of bread, and the content is the stuff in the middle, the PB and J. So that's what this is. So I've gone in and done the basic edit of my information here. So this was all based on the template. So you'll actually see everything is set up here in what's called a block environment. And all a block means is it's in essence a table set up of rows and columns. And in this case, you can see the graphic right here. It has a media to left, column to left, and a column to right. So it's split 50-50 in our content area. And you'll notice that it has preset parameters for our images. It already has a rounded container, and we can click on this and replace a picture if we need to. I've already put the Bohemian food in there. You'll notice that the background graphic is already the interior bar shot for me. Remember, I set up a text file, so I've already copied and pasted the information from my About the Bar page that I got from their website, which already exists in my text file. Remember, the text file is all the page content I set up last week in order to populate my pages based on what they already have. Now, with that being said, something I am a big believer in is that you need to create some visual hierarchy based on the content that you are putting into your content areas. You'll notice this actually has a bold effect. This does not. And this content is just body copy. So we really need to go in and do some bold and italic adjustments to our typeset to call out the information that's most important, just in case someone doesn't want to read all of this material that we pasted in the About page. So the Bohemian is quintessential addition to the burgeoning downtown Bonita Springs corridor, located in newly renovated Entrada at Old 41 and Bonita Beach Road. So I'm actually going to highlight this part of my sentence, bold, italic. Our approach is relaxed, feel good gathering environment, better friend have the culinary approach to we highlight Florida Brewery, the mindful selection herbs and shrubs used in our bourbon, blah, blah. Open 7 days a week and late on the weekends. So I want to highlight that. There's always time to enjoy. All right, the Bohemian is a quintessential edition of the blah, blah, blah. Our approach is a relaxed, feel-good gathering for all environment. Let's jazz this up a little bit. So let's go with, I'm going to keep it black because I don't want to shift it from the theme. I was going to edit the text and make it a slightly different color, but then it would require me filling in the background with a color. So I don't know, like if I highlight this, I'd have to tint that into a background color and then make the text a different color. I think I'm going to keep the cleanliness of the theme that I have going on here. You notice there's no footer here because the footer's from the theme. There's no header because that header is from our template or our theme. We are just creating the content area, and you can see that we can adjust the focal point on our image. That's panning there. You'll notice it's left 67%, 55, full image, media width. So that's all good. I'm going to keep that. So I'm going to go ahead and update that. And just for the sake of the process, I'm going to go back to my site. And let's get in and check out the About page. So here is what I have created, which I think I could probably do something with that and make it a little bit, but see how the header has transferred over to my About page. It has been added to the level 1 or primary navigation because it is a page I've added to the site. Logo has stayed, tagline has stayed. Look at how beautiful this is. And my footer is just my Powered by WordPress. And you'll notice as I pinch this down, it is dynamic, which is beautiful, all the way down to the accordion for our mobile device. Let's go back. Let's go to our pages. Let's add a new page. Now, as you get into the add the new page, you're going to see that they have templates set up based on the standard pages that one might be needed for this particular theme. So I picked from the About page when I picked the look and feel, which is right here for the About page of the restaurant. And now for products and services, I need to pick a services template. So look at all of these. They're beautiful. Now, remember, the product and services page is pretty much a menu page for this particular restaurant. So I'm just looking to see what is best for setting up a pretty standard menu linking page, which is what? So I'm going to pick this one. And I'm going to name this menu. And so let's highlight that. Let's get into my text file. See what I have for menu. Home page, about page. It's kitchen, so we'll go with kitchen as the name of this page instead of menu, because that's what let's get back in here and do kitchen. And then what do we got? Bohemian kitchen and culinary. Paste. Let's replace this picture. Voila. Welcome to the Bohemian restaurant. And we'll copy this. We'll paste that here. I'm going to put a break in there. And let's see if I have anything. Let's do the Bohemian close-up picture. It's just uploading the picture and stretching it out to fill the page. Oh, that's funky. I kind of like that actually. It blurs up where the trees. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. So let's see here. Let's see if we can call out something. Let's do this. I'm going to take this sentence and put it down here because it's kind of talking about the food. And then I should go in and set up my sample menu by pulling a few things out of the PDF that they have on the website. And open a new tab. Let's link that. And let's go out to the Bohemian. File, new window, Bohemian. Because they do have they do have their menu as a PDF. So we'll just copy that. You'll notice it says Squarespace right there, and they're actually using the free Squarespace. So there's a beautiful menu. And then let's go into Squarespace and we'll just copy a few things out of their menu. So I got to shrink this down a little bit. And then I'll shrink this down a little bit so I can see what I need to do. So the beginning is shareables. So let's just do St. Louis style ribs. Make that bold. And just type in Korean BBQ plus house pickles plus cheetah plus SESAME. And I always like to put $18 like that. All right, so what's next after the sample menu? We need like large plates. So let's do diver scallops. And I would do from the sample menu whatever their main, best sellers are. Romesco plus parsnip plus fennel ragu plus Marcona almonds. 44. And then we have desserts. I don't know if they have dessert. Oh, here it is. Let's see. Bar bites, wine. Yeah, I don't see menu. Let's just do artisan cheese plate. Seasonal fruits. Honeycomb. And grilled bread. Excuse me. Hopefully this will just be a watermark, which it is. Publish that. View page. All right, looking good. So just like the about page, I would go into my content area and edit my content to call out some of the more important phrases. I know that this isn't supposed to be bold. I think I would like it to be bold. I'm making them both bold. So we'll update that. And let's go back And now we have our homepage, our kitchen, and about page. So remember, we're making sure that our theme is fully populated, custom to your product or service. We're making sure that our homepage is completely populated with both images and content. And now we are adding 2 pages this week to our WordPress.com website creation, and about page, and a product or service page. Doesn't have to be named product or service, because you'll notice I named my page kitchen, but please make sure that there's an equal balance of images and text as you populate your 2 interior pages. Don't let it be all photos. Make sure there is content there so you can show the visual hierarchy and visual separation of your textual elements using bold and italic to call out some of the more important elements. Please make sure that you link any of the buttons to the appropriate pages as you're populating your 2 pages, and that will bring us up to 3 of our 5 to 7 pages created for our product or service website using the WordPress.com cloud-based template tool. Great job so far. Remember, when you submit your project into your project upload in Canvas, you can just give me the URL as a text upload so that I can go back and check your pages and see how they're building upon each other. And I can check all of your links, including social media links. So just make sure each time you give me the URL, remember, there's multiple students in the class. I can't always remember your URL. It should be the name of your product or service .wordpress.com, which is what you see up here. Mine's Bohemian Benita 655-620-183.wordpress.com. That is the URL for my page. So make sure that you submit that URL each time you upload your project for review as we add pages. Great job so far. Please make sure you watch the pre-lecture and this lecture, because I'm doing 2 different projects to reinforce the stages of each process. And combined, those 2 lectures should really give you a very good idea and direction as you navigate through your WordPress.com website. Remember, this is a really excellent portfolio project for your future portfolio. Many of the web and multimedia jobs that are posted out there in job world right now are looking for someone who can edit cloud-based website projects. And many times they list WordPress as one of the tools that they use. So let's make sure that we're populating our site fully so that if a potential client or customer or employer want to take a look at some of your web design portfolio pieces, that the site is fully populated with both images and text. Great job so far. I can't wait to see how you do as you add your pages.